What's up, ladies? Welcome back to Music and Beauty TV. It's me, Miss Ruby. Thank you so much for subscribing and for following my channel. I know my hair looks a hot mess right now, but fear not, we're about to fix this together on camera, okay? So I saw this new method that you can tell by the title. Basically, these are braids that appear to be feed-in braids without actually having to feed the hair in. When I saw this method, I was like, dang, for those of you who don't quite get it, this method seems so much easier. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I don't know much about it. This is my very first time trying it, but we're gonna try it together right now. And if it's a success, I hope you learned something. All right, let's go. Now I'm a little nervous because, like I said, this is really new. I'm just gonna do 2 braids and hopefully I can get this part straight down the middle. I might have to call my husband in the room. So let me tell you guys the products we're gonna be using today. So we're gonna be using Kanekalon hair from the Sassy collection. I got this from my local Sally's. I never use this hair on my head, but I didn't feel like driving all the way to my beauty supply. So we're gonna see how this works. We're gonna be using some Vanti Silk Effects and some Vanti hairspray. For my texture of hair, I find that this I may not use much of, actually. I just have it just in case. But I find that hairspray works really good. Like once I gel my hair down for the braid and then I put the hairspray on it, it really helps to hold it. I'm going to be using some Eco Styler gel because that actually works pretty good in my hair. And some good old spray. I always talk to you guys about this spray. It's just a soothing spray for your scalp after you're done braiding your hair. And then, you know, I just have scissors and clips and all that good stuff. Now my hair looks like this because I really am trying to commit to the natural thing, which means no heat, which means when my hair dries, it dries in an afro instead of blow drying it straight. And obviously I don't want to braid it while it's still curly. Let me take this hair out right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off about half of this. And then this is gonna be the length that I use for my braids. Starting out, what I'm gonna do is just separate the hair. I'm gonna start off separating pieces that I'll be using from the thickest pieces to the thinner pieces, just like you do with feed-in braids. And I'm just separating these and laying them out. This hair actually feels pretty soft, okay? Sassy collection. If this hair works good in my hair, I'm gonna start sending my clients to Sally's. So my smallest piece looks like about here. Ooh, this is so experimental, I'm really like nervous. So the key to this method is to basically separate the braid. Basically, I'm gonna put a part going down exactly where, like the direction that I want the braid to go, and then I'm gonna braid a small braid right here going down the middle, and then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna hook this hair all throughout so that, like, hook it in like, you know, crochet, so that I can be drawing from the hair as I'm braiding without having to feed the hair in. You get it? And how did I forget to tell y'all, this is the key tool to this style, okay? A crochet hook. So make sure if you're following me that you leave out a piece of hair like right here in the front, because this is what you're going to start the braid with before you actually start the feed-in process. So I'm going to take a little bit of braiding hair just to start this braid. Make sure that the braid in the middle is relatively small because you don't want it to bulk up underneath the braid that you're doing. So just make sure that it's relatively small. Now the girl who I saw do the method, she didn't use rubber bands, but I'm using rubber bands because I just have a feeling it's gonna make this braid more secure. So now I'm gonna start feeding the hair in. All right, so take your smallest piece just like you would at the beginning of feed-in braids and just begin to hook that in. So I'm gonna go in at the very front and I'm gonna hook it in. You guys see that? Pull it out. And then just slide one piece all the way through. So that it's basically sitting inside your head like this. Now, the girl who I saw do it, all she did was like hook it in and then she tied it. I'm gonna tie it right now and see how I feel about it. I have a feeling that I'm gonna wanna put rubber bands on it, but I don't know. My thing is, once I start braiding it in, I don't want this to start loosening up underneath the braid. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what my fear is. So let me see if I tie it 2 times, how tight it's actually going to get. But I know when I get to the braids in the back, I won't be able to do that. So the braids up here in the front, it got pretty tight. It's like staying together. So it should be fine. We'll see. So I'm just going to continue to hook the hair in a little bit at a time. But all together hooking like all that hair in that you guys saw me separate, because I want this to be a relatively fat beading braid. Okay, so my camera cut off, but I went ahead and put in the rest of the hair except one piece because I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing to the hair in the back. This is mostly all the hair in so far, but because these pieces are kind of fat, when I'm sliding them through, in order to get them to actually like hook onto the crochet needle, it's easier if you like twist it like this, and then it'll hook on a lot better so that pieces are not falling out of it when you slide it through. So I just wanted to show you guys that's what I'm doing. And this is the very last piece. So this is all the hair that's in my head. So instead of me having to go in and feed it in as I'm braiding, then now I get to already have it there. I'm actually kind of excited about this method. So anyway, for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and gel down my sides. I'm gonna grab this little piece from the front. So I just stopped and I'm starting again, like at this point, because I noticed that I didn't split the hair in half. So like the crochet hair that's down the center, I went ahead and split it in half so that there's some on each side, because I think that's gonna make braiding it a little bit easier. Now I am noticing a bit of what I was fearing, and that is, since the knots are not super tight, they kind of loosen up. You know how it is like when you do crochet hair, I can like feel myself picking them up as I'm braiding. So I have a feeling they're gonna show through. Hopefully the braid is fat enough to disguise it and cover it, but we'll see. I see my little hairs peeking through. My hair is really curly right now and it's cut. So you know how like when you do someone's hair, or if your hair is like cut, then it tends to stick through braids. I know last time I did my own braids, it was longer and it wasn't cut. Like there were no straight cuts in it. So I'm probably just gonna go through and cut the little pieces that are peeking out. I really ain't tripping. But if your hair is like not perfectly cut, blunt, or anything like that, then you shouldn't have that problem. Okay, so this is the finished look. As you can see, I had to get some jewelry and a little bit more makeup. But what y'all think? I really like it. I mean, I know it's just 2 braids, but the fascinating part is that it's feed-in braids crochet style. I know a lot of you are probably asking, like, what's the point? Why do I need to do this? Basically, what I get from it is, first of all, if your hands are small like mine and it's very hard for you to feed in large chunks of hair at a time when you're braiding your own hair or someone else's, then this can be an alternative method so that the hair is already attached to the head and all you have to do is wrap your hands around it. Also, if you're someone who has trouble feeding hair in, period, but you know how to cornrow, then this is perfect for you because you don't have to stop a cornrow in between and tuck hair under as you're going. It's already there. It's a little bit annoying on the negative side just because the hair kind of like gets tangled and stuff. Like for me, because I couldn't see it, I think if I was doing this on someone else's head, it'd be a lot easier. And let me know in the comments below actually if you guys want me to do a tutorial doing this crochet feed-in method on someone else so you guys can see like some different angles of how to do it. I don't mind. So yeah, this is the end result. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, subscribing, liking, and sharing it with anybody who you think it may help. Good looking out on all the love and support lately. I definitely have a lot more videos in the works, so I'll see you guys on the next video. All right?